Hello people and welcome back to another video. We are going to run through a quick tier list on the new best tanks and where they rank up against the other tanks in the War Within. This has been a major subject for me because I've never really tanked before in any other expansion. So this for me is an insight and who to pick, and to be fair, the top pick was my first pick anyway, so I'm happy about where my pick ranks in the tier. Let's get into it. So this is the new release on the patch, the 11.0, the new patch 11.0. So who's performing at the minute is our first drum roll. It's Paladins. Paladins is our first one. The update. Protection Paladin received their fair share of changes leading to the War Within expansion, including brand new hero talents, which everyone's got, Templar/Lightsmith, and a new tier set. The 2-piece bonus increases the damage of Shield of Righteousness by 10% and grants 3% damage reduction. Additionally, the 4-piece enables Holy Power abilities to increase the damage and healing you deal during your next Avenging Wrath by 0.5%, which can stack. As with almost every specialization so far, Protection Paladin has received their fair share of changes, including a choice between Lightsmith or Templar hero talents, both of which will alter how you approach your gameplay, ability and cooldown usage. The spec's durability is decent but not strong enough to compete with the top tanks, while still maintaining their unique Mythic Plus utility. Just like every Paladin spec, they will not benefit from Retribution Aura, as it has been recently removed. Overall, we expect further changes to be made to Protection Paladin, specifically ones that increase the fun factor of playing while further enhancing their performance. So Paladins have took a bit of a hit. I think it's the aura as well. Even Retribution Paladins have seen the fair share of nerfs. So the next one is probably going to surprise most people. It is underperforming, so it's not like doing the worst. Obviously people play the classes either better than worse than other people, but it's going to drum roll. It is actually Vengeful Demon Hunters. Now these to me have always been top tier, like through Dragonflight they've always been top tier. Absolutely amazing tanks. I always pick Vengeful Demon Hunters, to be fair. So right, let's get into the actual patch. So Vengeful Demon Hunters received their fair share of changes paired with 2 brand new hero talent choices, Reaver and Felsguard, and the new tier set. The 2-piece enables Soul Cleave to deal 15% increased damage and have a 35% chance to shatter 1 lesser soul fragment from a target if hit. In addition, the 4-piece triggers once consuming a soul fragment, increasing the damage and healing of your next Fell Devastation by 2% up to 30%. The changes to Vengeful Demon Hunter have been quite disappointing. First, they will lose their great tier set from Season 4 of Dragonflight, and second, they will lose their Illuminated Sigils, incredible utility, which previously allows you to have 1 extra charge of Sigil of Misery or Sigil of Silence. Do keep in mind that they have the most stops across all tank specs. In addition, both their offensive and defensive profiles are in a decent state, but nowhere near the levels they were in the past few seasons of the last expansion. Like I said, there was like amazing. Like they literally could do the dungeon on their own without a healer. I know a couple of groups have been doing 5 DPS instead of having a healer. So yeah, it just proves that they are really good. Overall, we believe if the DPS meta favours magic damage, they will have a much bigger incentive to be taken due to Chaos Brand, which provides a notable damage boost for the entire group. Overall, we expect more changes for the Demon Hunter to have a more detailed opinion. So Demon Hunter at the minute are standing at underperforming due to the new updates. So next, this tank has always been a bit mid for me. You don't really see him about anymore, but you know, the odd few can play them, and they're obviously coming back as a thing they're obviously coming back as a thing in the War Within. So it next is a Brewmaster. So we're going to put him there. So the Brewmaster, because they are like, actually, Demon Hunter's underperforming. So we'll put them and the Paladins as underperforming at the minute. So the Brewmaster is great. It's been ranked as great. So, yeah, let's get into it. Update Brewmaster Monk received a ton of changes leading to the War Within expansion, including 2 brand new hero talents, Master of Harmony / Shadowpan, and a new tier set. The 2-piece bonus will enable Blackout Kick and Keg Smash to deal 20% additional damage, and Shuffle also grants 3% damage reduction. The 4-piece bonus will trigger once you cast Blackout Kick, increasing your damage dealt by 1% for 15 seconds, stacking up to 3 times, and has a chance to reset the cooldown of Keg Smash and make its next cast cost no energy. So quite good. It's buffs all around, really. The Brewmaster Monk is entering the War Within with one of the highest damage profiles across all tanks and an improved durability profile. On top of the already good mob control, they still sync best with physical damage orientated squad due to their Mystic Touch debuff. Currently, it's hard to say if melee or range would be better in Mythic Plus. Overall, playing Monk will be easier than in Dragonflight, as a lot of button bloating has been cleared, which is a welcome change. We are happy with the current performance of the spec and believe they are one of the best tanks in the current beta iteration. One of the best tanks, so they are great. It does say great. Depending on your group rotation, they could be even better. So next we have this one's pretty surprising. I don't really see many, but yet again they are in excellent performance in the War Within. We are Warriors. So let's get into it. Update: Protection Warriors received minor changes leading to the final stages of the beta. However, just like every specialization, there will be introduced 2 new hero talents, Colossus / Mountain Fane, and a new tier set. The 2-piece will trigger when Shield Slam cooldown is reset by Strategist. You gain Expert Strategist, increasing the damage of Shield Slam by 5% and reducing all damage taken by 3% for 6 seconds. In addition, the 4-piece will enable Shield Slam critical strikes to increase the damage by Thunderclap and Revenge by 10% for 8 seconds. That's big damage coming from a Protection Warrior. Protection Warrior is performing exceptionally well through the first cycles of the beta testing with an impressive damage profile, and is also considered one of the most durable tanks going into the War Within expansion. Spell Reflection is proving to be an extremely useful utility in Season 1 Dungeon Pool, which will positively influence their ranking. On top of this, they will be receiving some nice quality of life changes, such as no longer being damaged and punished by running, defensive stance, and the Storm Shield plus Intervene combo. Additionally, with the strength of melee characters, Battle Shout is looking much more appealing. Overall, Warrior have a great offensive and defensive profile, making it a promising choice. So yeah, they're getting a damage buff, and yeah, depending on your group again, with obviously the Battle Shout, because ranged DPS aren't really going to be using that. But so this one will surprise a lot of people. Yet again, they are excellent performing, but it depends on the person, I think, with this one, because I've not seen many people playing it, and yeah, so this one will be interesting for me to even see. So yeah, it's Druids, Guardian Druids. So, Guardian Druid received a decent amount of changes through the beta cycles, paired with 2 brand new hero talents, Elun's Chosen / Druid of the Claw, and a new tier set. The 2-piece will allow for Thrash and Moonfire to increase your damage done and reduces the damage you take by 1% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. In addition, the 4-piece increases the arcane and bleed damage you deal by 5%. Guardian Druids did receive some attention in the early stages of the War Within. For better or worse, only time will truly show. Their damage profile against many enemies is impressive, and so is their durability. There are a lot of specific talents that do not fit well with the Guardian Druid and are considered a burden. Overall, we expect further changes on behalf of the Druid, before we have the final verdict. But for now, we will remain hopeful. So yeah, they are excellent performing at the minute, but obviously changes will come. Now this one, it's my choice. This one is going to be my personal choice. I picked this class even before playing the beta, the alpha and the beta. So yeah, it is going to be the Blood DK. So the Blood DK. Right, so updates. Blood DeathKnight received a ton of changes since the start of the beta testing, and just like every specialization so far, inherited 2 brand new hero talents, Deathbringer and Sanlin, and the new tier set, the 2-piece, will trigger once you have 1 or more charges of Bone Shield. The damage you take is reduced by 2%, losing a Bone Shield charge has a chance to reduce the damage you take by an additional 1% up to 3% for 6 seconds. In addition, the 4-piece allows your damage to be increased by 1% per active Bone Shield charge. Taking damage while below 6 Bone Shield charges has a chance to generate 1 to 2 Bone Shield charges. That is big. That is big. There's a lot of Bone Shields in there, but I mean, that is big. The rework of Blood DeathKnights have put them in a prominent position to be one of the best tanks this season, as it is most definitely strengthens their durability, self-sustain and damage profile by a large margin. On top of that, they will be getting a brand new utility from the general DeathKnight talent tree, which fits perfectly for a 5-man content vestigial shell. I probably balls that up, but don't worry about it. Dyslexia and all that. In addition, one of their signature spell, Gorfine's Grasp, or Gorfine's Grasp, has much better positioning in the new Blood DeathKnight specific tree, and is further supplemented by the Tightening Grasp, if you're talented it, which allows for 3 seconds of silence. Overall, we are extremely happy with the current version of specialization since it already plays better and is stronger than its old Dragonflight version. That's it. That's the tier list. So you've got DeathKnights that are best choice at the minute, Warriors and Druids, which are excellent performing. Then you've got the Brewmaster Monk, which is great. Then you've got the Vengeful Demon Hunters and Paladins. This is so far, people. This is so far. There's obviously, you've still got like a month to go. So yeah, things may change and obviously opinions may change. But this is my opinion, and I'm backing it up with the Icy Veins page as well. So all this information has come from the Icy Veins page. So people, what do you think? What do you think? What tank are you going? Pop down in the comments. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Catch me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all Sleepy Joe Gaming. Thank you very much for your time, people. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Help me, and it also makes me feel a bit better for making a video and people actually liking it. Cheers, people. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.